You just learned how to manage user accounts by granting manage rights for user roles. However, there's an important distinction to make between account management and entity access to related user process data. In this assignment, you will investigate the difference between a customer having an account and the process activity. The case used for this assignment focuses on the difference between a customer's account and the customer object used in the order process. Car supply employees have customers for which they are responsible, and they are only allowed to read and write details for their assigned customers. You will test and observe the security in this assignment, so you will be using the customer and employee entities as provided in the security module. To test the existing security settings, first create a new navigation item. Name it Security Test and connect the Customer Security Test page. On this page, customers are displayed, and an employee can view and edit the details of their assigned customers. Run the application and log in as the user Jules with the password Mendix. Navigate to the security test page and observe the displayed data. You will see that the customer details are displayed correctly, but the username is empty. Now open the details for one of the customers and observe that the username, password, and user role are empty. Edit the username of the customer and try to save the change, which will bring up this error. Go to the modeler and view the last log line in the console. This log line states there is a conflict with read access. For some reason, you were able to enter a new value for an attribute to which you do not have read access. The username is part of the user entity in the system module. Access to that attribute is limited to your own user object. This can be fixed by allowing the user role to manage other users with a specific user role. So you need to open the details of the employee user role in the project security and allow this user role to manage users with the customer role. Run the application again and log in as the user Jules. Then navigate to the security test page and observe the displayed data. You'll see that the customer usernames are displayed correctly, while you also have two empty rows. Finally, try to edit one of your assigned customers and one of your not assigned customers. You will see that the username is readable and editable for both customers, while the customer data is only readable and editable for your assigned customer. When you try to edit the customer name or email address of the non-assigned customer, the same security error will appear that you saw in an earlier step. Let's recap. The option to manage users with specific user roles deals with the security of the user entity. This entity facilitates the login mechanism and provides a user account with application access based on the access rights set in the assigned user role. The customer entity provides the information about the customer related to the process, which in this case is the order process and the relation to the assigned employee. The ability to log in and the customer information are not equal. They are related, but they are not the same. Therefore, instead of using a specialization of account, you should create separate employee and customer entities and have them associated to account using a one-to-one association. You can observe the proper modeling in the Order Management module. Observe how both the employee and manager entities have a one-to-one association to the account entity. By generalizing employee to account, you're effectively declaring that employee equals account. However, it should be the case that an employee has a user account, so you should replace the inheritance with one-to-one mapping. This makes it so that a customer and an employee can have an account, but they are not accounts themselves. Therefore, they can be used in the process as a customer instead of an account with conflicting security. There are two important conclusions to keep in mind. First, the tested behavior is not a bug. It is caused by an incorrectly modeled domain model. Second, the best practice is to never inherit from the user or account entity when dealing with processed data. Instead, you should associate your data to the user or account entity.